Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Tuesday, February 9th, 2021 by Gaia Blooming. I'm Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I keep expanding into the greater possibilities of my vision. Okay, get grounded. Here we go. Today, later in the day, but today we have the moon shifting into Aquarius, preparing us for this new moon, but also bringing us into the place where we have 7 energies working the sign of Aquarius. So just to go through them again, Mahalo says hi, by the way. Sun and Pallas, they're hanging out together. Mercury, Jupiter, Venus. I'm gonna have to move this because brains. Oh yeah, Saturn, and then here comes the moon. So 7. So if you are among the people like me who are struggling with this concept called sleep, do realize that we are reaching the peak of this intensity this week. It may continue to be challenging. Our work is to continue grounding in and at least letting ourselves rest and just imagining clearing not even imagining, actually clearing ourselves, but imagining the energies being able to run through instead of getting stuck up here, keeping us in perpetual stimulation. But if you are like me and struggling with sleep, moving through it, it's not going to be forever. So, astro-wise today, definitely some strong empowerment energy. I actually really like our first connection today. We have Saturn in Aquarius connecting into Chiron in Aries energy. And so Saturn in Aquarius has definitely lowered the level of severity from what we felt in Capricorn energy. My feeling is, as Saturn's connecting to Chiron, it's even another level of oh my gosh, take off the glasses, take off the mask, take off any semblance of pretense. This is a call to myself. This is a call to be super real with myself, super engaged with myself, really connecting to that energy. Our purpose is encoded in ourself. And again, Aquarius energy is about humanitarianism and helping and supporting the world. And we have encoded within us, in that soul energy, in our purpose blueprint, we have the energy encoded for what we came to do. And so what we came to do has nothing to do with any outside projections or shoulds or messiah complex, any of that energy. And it really is about dialing in, who am I and how did I come to show up? Who did I come to be? What did I come to do? Being before doing. Really connecting into that energy. So my feeling is that we're getting a level of healing around this today as Saturn and Chiron connect. And so with all this Aquarius, we may feel that intensity of what are we going to do? How am I being called to show up? How am I going to save the world today, this week? And yet, this is the calling. By dropping even deeper into who we are and knowing it is enough. It is more than enough. It's exactly what is called for. So I love that connection. You may have some old projections. You may have some old shoulds coming up for healing around that. But remembering who you are, that is the ultimate. So keep that in mind. Speaking of that, we also have the moon as it finishes up in Capricorn, connecting with Pluto. So that could bring up some shadow stuff that's early in the morning, relatively early in the morning, again, depending where you live. 9:22 a.m. Pacific time, we have that connection of the moon and Pluto. And for me, this is a call to empowerment. But again, like I said, we may have some latent shoulds. We may have some of those energies where we've given away the authority or given away the power or any of that coming up as the moon and Pluto meet. So again, this feels like it's part of that healing as Saturn and Chiron connect in. Then, void, of course, moon through the day. Spend that time connecting in, grounding, feeling supported as possible in this energy. And then moon shifting into Aquarius, building to the new moon in Aquarius on Thursday. So like I said, these energies, these vibes, they are just increasing. I do feel like this is some physical evolution that is going along with this. That being said, I will say that for me, it is not necessarily easy. Laying there like, please, I want to sleep is not my favorite thing. Mahalo's either. He's like, wow. So if you are going through that as well, I'm sending you lots of love. But I do have at the top of my cards the experiencing card. And so sometimes this is part of the lesson. And, you know, I've talked about Abraham so many times. I know that Esther has mentioned at times, like during sleepless times, the intention of resting, the intention that through this rest, even if I am not getting sleep, that I am getting what I'm needed. So hold that vision, hold that energy, even if you are going through that. Have patience with the process. But again, here we have this card that's reminding us, connect into the earth. Spend some time sitting on the ground, whatever your process is for connecting to the earth, whether it's through Earth Star Chakra or imagining roots coming out of you like a tree, or like a light connection between you and the center of the earth. There's so many ways to do this. What feels right for you in this energy? Now, I do have the burden card. Watch out for over mentalizing. Really strong mental vibes in this. That can be a challenge, but I have that right next to the dream card. Well, that's interesting because they're both sixes. How interesting there. So if you're finding yourself going into your head, can you pull yourself into the vision? What is the dream? What is the vibration? What does it feel like when you connect into that energy? That's a big part of these lessons. We don't have to get stuck here. We can move here. So some really strong, good energies. But again, it's really potent. So I'm sending you lots of love. You can book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and stay curious. Namaste.